Hi, I'm Kirsten Kelly, and today I'm going to be teaching you about half halts. Now, before you push stop and think, oh, that's so boring, I want you to visualize something for me. Visualize a horse that trots uphill. He canters elastically, he's soft in his back, and he's in self-carriage. Now, to break that down simply, he doesn't come against your hand. He's elastic and he's soft. Now visualize what your real horse might be, which is a little bit downhill, a little bit heavy. When you ask him to make a downward transition, he pulls you forward. You ask him to turn and he's a little bit against the hand. Those things all teach you that the horse isn't sitting on his hindquarters with light shoulders and in self-carriage. He's braced against you, and the way to fix that is by using the half halt. Now, the half halt is a bringing of attention, so it's kind of sitting the horse on the hindquarters, teaching him to lighten his shoulders and take a breath up so that you feel like he comes into good posture and self-carriage. Several different ways to ride a half halt. One of them is through your core. So, you know, if I was to poke you in the stomach now, brace against that. Another word for that is zipping up. You hear that a lot in Pilates. So that's how I want you to ride your half halt. Okay, ride the trot bigger now. That's it. And now zip up your core muscles. That's it. Good job. Ride the trot forward now. That's it. Now zip up your core muscles. Brace through your tummy. That's it. So if your horse isn't really forward, if he's already forward, you don't need to ride him forward and then do a half halt. You just need to half halt straight away. Now, on a horse not as responsive to this as the core muscles, you may need to include a little bit of hand as well. So when we look at the feeling in your hand, I'm going to be the horse and you're going to be yourself. Okay, you're going to think of these fingers going pulse, pulse. So it's a breath in, pulse, pulse. You do it to me. Yep. So it's not half halt like that, which strangles him and loses the energy. It's just that light bit here. If it's any longer than that and you go, oh, like this, you block all the engine and you don't get that lightness. So it's really important that it's an instant pulse, pulse, and then it allows the horse to come through. So now what I want you to do is think that you are pulsing through your fingertips. So you go squeeze, squeeze, and then normal hands. Relax your hands. That's it. So you're going to try that together. Half halt now, zip up your core strength, and pulse, pulse. Yeah, very good. Let's pick up the canter now, and we'll just do a little bit with the canter. So now I want you to ride the canter a little bit bigger. Let the energy flow through your hips and through your center. And now pulse, pulse through your fingers at the same time. Brace your core, zip it up. Perfect, good. And see, the elbow is still staying soft. The hand is still elastic. Ride the canter bigger one more time. See, the energy flows through the center. Now through your core, zip it up, and pulse, pulse through your fingers. Excellent, good. And then forwards to trot and give them a pat. So now we're going to demo a few faults, the main things that happen. So what we're demonstrating here is that the horse has become a little bit low. It's quite hard on a horse that naturally has a nice uphill shoulder. But if your horse puts his pole lower than his wither, he's not going to be able to keep his shoulders up. He's going to go more on the forehand. So if now you pull, it's quite against the hand already, make your half halt now, Rowan, and you'll see that instead of coming nicely uphill, see how the neck is jamming up, and then he's not really lifting his shoulder. All that's happening is he's going slower. Okay, so biggest problem is that the rider holds on for too long. Okay, now the other problem is that the horse doesn't actually trot forward. So when you ride your half halt, Rowan, don't use your core strength at all. Just do a long, slow half halt with your hand, and you'll see that then instead of getting more energetic, the horse just trots slower. Go faster for me, Rowan. So you show me a bigger trot, good. And now do your half halt, no core, just woo on the reins. So it's just like half halt. Now you see here how the hind end just looks stiff. Okay, now ride forward again and now do me a nice one. Good, and think core muscles, uphill. Now see how the shoulders came up? His head got a tiny bit unsteady, but the shoulders stepped up and then the horse becomes elevated. Remember, always visualize PR for passage. Think that your horse can trot uphill.